Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to another verse discussion thing.
The daily devotion.
Yeah, the second, every other daily devotion. So today's verse is James 1:19, which happens to be my favorite, James is my favorite book in the Bible, and a while ago I actually memorized all of James 1, so it's kind of cool, but so you read the verse.
Alright. My dear brothers, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry.
Yeah, so that's just some good advice, so I'm going to talk about the anger portion of it, and he's going to talk about part about being slow to speak and
quick to
listen. Yeah. So I'm gonna give this time a kind of a life scenario where this is come into like where I've a time where I've been angry, and that verse it reminds me to try not to be. But my brother, he just he makes me really really mad sometimes. He knows all about it. It's and anger isn't something that I even have a hard time with usually, but with him it's just it's hard to explain, but
he knows your buttons and he pushes them.
Yeah, and he just grinds on you every day, all day, and it's just you get to this point where you just snap in half, and so that's a time in my life where I remember slow to become angry, slow to wrath, or how I learned it, slow to wrath, and it's just important. I mean, if you're angry all the time, no one will want to be around you, and you're gonna just your life will suck. I mean, it's just not gonna be good. So I'll let you talk, I guess.
All right. My portion of this discussion today, get this here, is this happens to be my favorite verse right now. My favorite verse changes all the time, but presently this is my favorite verse. And the portion I'm talking about is quick to listen and slow to speak. There are a lot of times where I don't pay attention to something. My dad will tell me something, and it'll just be like, yeah, whatever, Dad, and it's kind of in one ear and out the other. And I end up, later on being like, why, Dad, you didn't tell me that? He's like, yes, I did. And, then I have to, I just have to go do it. And it would have been a lot better if I would have just listened and done it the first time. And
Quick to listen, yeah.
People start thinking about how they're going to respond to something somebody is saying before he's even done saying it. And so if Ryan's telling me, hey, you want to go to the park, I'm already thinking, yes. And so I mean, if you just take the time to listen to somebody and actually try and understand what they're saying, and if you don't, it can lead to anger. Because if you're not paying, if you misunderstand somebody, you're like, what? Let's go take this to the parking lot, man. I mean, and if you take the time to listen to somebody, you might realize that he's not actually saying what you think he's saying.
Yeah.
And that's just slow to get angry. Is also, if you misunderstand somebody, make sure you're not just explode. Try and make sure you understand them right. And quick to slow to speak is another one that I have a hard time with sometimes. I say things all the time without thinking about it. I'm like, no, And sometimes I'm a mouthful without a brain. So that's another thing that I struggle with, and that also can lead to anger. This whole verse is about anger, and if you don't listen, it leads to anger. If you say something without thinking about it, it can lead to anger, and so if you're gonna say something, make sure it's what you actually want to say. Think about what you're going. My mom always told me, think about what you're gonna say before you say it. Because if you don't, you know, people are gonna misunderstand you, and there are people that explode without, you know, if they misunderstand you, and you want to make sure that you talk. You want to make sure that you're thinking about what you're saying, that's actually what you want to say. And anger can also make you speak without. Anger can also, it goes the other way. Anger can cause these other things to happen too. If you're mad, you're going to say something you don't mean. If you're mad, you're going to start without listening. Yeah. And, you know, it's just best. This is a very good life lesson. It's best to avoid everything. You know, it's best to do what this verse says, and it'll be so much easier on you.
Yeah. It's interesting how they kind of tied together. Like, if you're not listening to people, then they'll probably get mad. They might get mad at you. And if you're not, if you're blurting everything out,
trash talking somebody,
that can lead to people getting angry and fights and stuff. And yeah, so it's just overall a good
rule of thumb.
Solid, yeah. You know, just good. A lot of stuff in the Bible is just flat out just good advice, whether you're
a Christian or
not. I mean, still, even if you're not a Christian, I would encourage everybody to just think about what they're saying, listen, and you know, hopefully that'll help you not become angry.
Your life will go a lot easier.
Yeah, it'll be smoother if you're. You know, I've always been one that is kind of whatever causes the least amount of conflict. Like I'm all about anti-conflict. You know, even if I don't necessarily want to do something, but someone else does, I'll just do it to make them happy. And that's just me. I just like to you know, avoid conflict and anger and all that stuff. So I think that's about it. Anything else? Alright, so first time I've had a guest on here. It was pretty cool, I think. Maybe you might do that occasionally. We'll see, but yeah. So,
all right. I think we should read the verse one more time.
Okay, sure.
All right, my dear brothers, take note of this. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry.
Yeah.
Well done. Bye.
Yes. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time.